Heyo, Hudson here with Planet 4 Gaming, flying the Yak-3P. Not a plane that I really enjoyed flying at first. I hadn't really flown it in probably about a year until 2 weeks ago. I just didn't really think it was very fun to fly. It was kind of overpowered a while back, and yeah, I wasn't really being challenged or enjoying myself flying it, so I only had about 5 kills up until 2 weeks ago, but I recently spaded it. Took about 45 kills thereabouts to get it spaded, so not too hard, and I've really been enjoying flying it. So the most important things you need to know are you got to get the cannon upgrade. The cannons pretty much suck at first. You got to get omni-purpose ammo. It has a lot of high explosive fragmentation rounds, so those are good for doing a lot of damage and quick deflection shots. You got to get the engine upgrades and all that, just usual stuff. And it's a pretty solid plane. It's flies about how you'd expect a Yak-2 if you've been flying the Russian tree for a while, but maybe more emphasis on high speeds than the early Yak-9s and all that. Yeah, it's more of an emphasis on speed, but still can turn pretty well when you need to. It has a good roll rate as well, so outmaneuvering enemy fighters is not out of the question. So yeah, that's about all I gotta say. Let's see how this plane does in a full game. Okay, here we are in a full game on Krimsk. Start off, I've climbed to almost 6,000 meters. Tempest coming in for a head-on. Yeah, see you, buddy. First kill of the game. Sorry I cut that so close. That's when I started recording, what can I say? Anyway, the Yak-3P is a very good climber, so usually you're going to be able to get to an altitude at least equal to the enemy fighters, especially when you're going up against the Americans. And even the Brits too. That Typhoon was not much higher than me. But it's not really a high altitude fighter in the performance sense. I mean, it can get up there quick, but it's more of a low altitude plane when it comes to achieving its best speed and maneuverability. But it's not bad up here. I mean, you can make it work. It's just the P-51s and P-47s are going to be a little bit better. Anyway, P-51 coming up behind me, I decide to dodge it before he can try anything. I can outmaneuver the P-51 by a pretty small margin. It's a little bit more maneuverable, but not by much. But I'm not going to risk him getting up close behind me, so yeah. Dodge him. P-47 coming up below, I'm looking at that. If he climbs up to me, he's going to lose a lot of speed, so I'm going to climb up, roll over, just kind of look at what he's doing. He's coming up to me. When he misses, then I loop down, and I'm going to try and catch him while he's at low speed. And right on target, see his elevators pop off. That's all I need to know. He's done. He's not going to be able to pull out of that. And you can see him complaining about it in the comments. And he does kind of have a point there. The P-47 definitely has an issue with its damage model when it comes to tail control and elevators. Completely getting fucked up by maybe not the most accurate or serious damage. Anyway, P-51 decides to slow down and go right in front of my nose, which was the dumbest maneuver he could have possibly done. And he's on fire, and yeah, there he goes. Third kill of the match, and we've hardly even been flying at all. It's been, what, 2 minutes of contact with the enemy. But surprisingly enough, the Allied team is not down for the count yet. They've still got several fighters left, and they're kind of the smartest ones on the team. I mean, they actually climbed and kind of know what they're doing. So, there's still a tough fight ahead, I can assure you. P-51 zooms through, does not turn around to try and catch me in a dogfight, just goes straight through, then dodges my allies, which dive in on him. And I'm not going to dive straight on him. I want to see if he's going to be able to lose some energy before I dive in, because the P-51 has a much higher max speed than the Yak-3. In a dive, the Yak-3 can reach maybe 730 kilometers per hour. P-51 can go over 800. You just have to be very careful you don't pull up too hard. So yeah, not diving straight in, and there's 2 Spitfires, I believe, up above. So yeah, I'm gonna have to try and be careful here about what targets I pick. I'm making sure none of these Spitfires try anything funny, because I do not want to get one of those on my tail. They are, well, that one's not going to be giving me any problems, I guess. But yeah, Ace, Edie, whatever, on my tail. Yeah, I don't want a Spitfire right on my tail, because it can easily outmaneuver me, and it is fairly fast. It can keep up with the Yak-3 for the most part. So I can't really see him right now. I'm trying to scan around and look where he is, and I see there's a P-63 diving in from above, so I gotta turn hard to the left, dip down, and throw off his aim just a little bit. And it looks like he overshot, which is good. But I can see bullets coming at me from behind, and yeah, there's the Spitfire again. So I'm gonna have to kind of keep it in a straight line, but just dodge back and forth. And hope he doesn't hit me. The Spitfire is a pretty bad roll rate, so it's hard to make adjustments in your aim when you're directly on someone's tail. It's better for doing deflection shots. But I see the P-63 turning hard to the left, and I take that as my chance to get another kill, and there goes his wing. 4th kill of the match, and my friends have taken care of the Spitfire, so all good there. Gonna go land for repairs and ammo. Neither one is too bad, but I see my engine is yellow, so I guess it would be a good idea to get that fixed up. And there's only 2 enemy planes left, and I have a very good idea of where they might be. There's a BTD and a PBJ, I believe, that were strafing AAA and artillery. And on this map, there's 2 locations that could be, and where I'm going is usually the better one for staying out of the way of the Russian team. And I was right. Someone called in a Avenger order, and there he is. Not that I needed to know that, because I was a good 90% sure he was there. Looks like he might have been trying to climb up to me there, but he's much too low and slow to do that. So I'm throttling down to 0. I don't want to go too fast in the dive, because the Yak-3 doesn't have a very high dive speed, and its controls stiffen up pretty bad. Some bad shooting here, but I get critical damage of the elevator. It doesn't turn out to be all that big of a deal, but the BTD is diving in on me. He caught me by surprise. Good ambush by him. I have to dodge out of the way, taking it up into a diagonal loop. I'm only going to get one good shot at him because the BTD turns really tight, but there he goes. Before he can get a head on, I take him out just at the last second. And that's my 5th kill of the game, and you know what that means? That's an ace game, baby. Oh, yeah, hell yeah. Look at that shit. Oh. Anyway. PBJ's getting strafed down hard, he's on fire, and that gets me the assist. And that'll end the game. 5 kills, 1 assist. Not too shabby. Yeah. So, that'll just about do it. So what have we learned today? I don't know, to be honest. Is this plane overpowered? I have no idea. I don't often get 5 kill games, but I've done it before in planes that are definitely not overpowered, like the F4U-1C. back when it was at a 5.0 battle rating. I think it's at 4.7 now. Definitely wasn't overpowered then, and I got 5 kills. I don't think this plane is overpowered. It's at a 4.7 battle rating. You could probably take it up to a 5.0 and be fine. 5.3 might be pushing it. I don't know if I'd be okay with that, but it could probably still do well. So I don't know, you decide. I think it's just a fun plane. Its guns do good damage. It feels really nice. It feels like a complete flight model, unlike some planes in the game. So yeah, just a really enjoyable plane overall. So fly it out, let me know what you think. I would actually like to hear some other people's opinions on it, because I know really nothing about this plane. So yeah, leave a comment below, and until next time, this has been Hudson with P4G. Thank you for watching, and get the fuck out of here.